www.noodleworzch.com. This is Ty again, and this time I would want to share to you how you can create an HD watermark for your videos and for your tutorial videos, and also you can make use of that watermark for your images or your photographs that you upload to your website. So you bring up Adobe Photoshop. The reason why you would want to create an HD watermark, because sometimes you would need that watermark to be as large as your HD screen. So HD is basically Control New for your document, 1920 by 1080. Might want to name your document like HD watermark, and resolution maintain that at 72. You could raise that up a little bit. RGB for the color. For bitmap, I mean grayscale, you lose all the color. It's just somehow gonna look like black and white. So it's just enough though. It's gonna look good that way. Click on OK. It's gonna give you a blank page right here. You got a background right on the layers panel here. I suggest you might want to duplicate that. I mean, convert that to a smart object, not locked object. So this is your work area. Control Alt I to check for the size, 1920 by 1080 pixels. Alright, so that's what we're targeting here. HD screens would be 1920 by 1080, and then you got a secondary HD which is 720. I mean, sorry, not that. 720 here, 1280 by 720 for the height. And cancel. Check again if it's 1920 by 1080. The reason why you want to do 1920 by 1080 is that you can just resize the whole frame to smaller sizes a little bit later. But if you start from secondary HD then blow that up to a much larger, or the primary HD for 1920, then you lose quality for your images. So what you do, again, remember what we're trying to do here is a watermark. We're going to make use of our logo, which is noodleworzch.com. Click on letter T icon here, or you can click on T on your keyboard to bring up the text tool and type in noodleworzch.com. Control A on that, and uh, in the background, if you can hear, my cat is actually crying. What's that? And here, um, you're going to select I mean the type of text you can select on that, but we're actually using impact for the text type, our font type that we have regular, and bring that for 72. It's not going to be enough. I guess it would be like 380. I don't know, 350. It's still a little bit larger. T again, resize that again to 300. Nope, 280 up until it fits. 250. I guess this is going to be enough. 250 is just enough. Again, the reason why you want to do as big as this, because sometimes you would want to make use of a watermark as an intro. So you could just overlay that to a 1920 by 1080 screen without doing anything. Alright, so again, that's it. And we use an orange logo for this. But for the sake of changing, why not use a blue logo, right? Boss.com, and we also have something that says noodled thinking. Yeah, because I like noodles, and my hair is actually looking like noodles, and let's resize that to 100. Right, so again, it's going to be the same font, so you might want to change that. We're using Jennifer handwriting. Enter, and here, readjust 100. I guess that would be like 110 for this. I don't know, 105. Yeah, it's whatever you like with the logo. Right, so give it a little bit of a balance. Um, see if you would want it here, or you'd want it in the center, or you'd want it here. Again, it's a watermark. But if you make use of the whole frame, you can't make adjustments. So you might want to decide as to if you want that at the center, you want that on the left side, or however you would want it oriented. Okay, so we're done. What you want to do is, again, it's just a watermark, right? So it's enough like that. What you want to do is loose the background. Why? You want to make that a transparent background, so you only see the text and the primary and the secondary text, all right? So you just have to hide the layers panel here. Click on that, and you don't have background anymore. So what you do is to export this as a PNG file. Well, you want to do that as PNG. I'm going to show you. Control Shift Alt S, and again Control Shift Alt S. It's going to bring up this Save for Web and Devices panel. Right? It's going to show you that. You might want to resize this a little bit so you can see everything. Take a look at that. Here it's transparent, but here you still have the white background. Now what's going on? The thing there is that it's using a JPEG container. JPEG will never lose a background. It's always going to handle that with a background. So it's, I mean, to lose or to remove the background, you have to create, I mean, change that to PNG24. PNG file, alright? PNG8 is okay, but then you'd be having a little bit of a quality loose right there. PNG24 is just 100% perfect. Transparency is there. If you uncheck transparency, then you have your background again. So go back to JPEG. That's it. Go back to PNG24. Got an option to select, to remove the background by selecting transparent. Okay, so that's about it. You might want to confirm or check as to how much or how large the file or the image file is here. PNG24, it says 30.99 with bytes or kilobytes. So that means it's gonna load 7 seconds. I mean after 7 seconds with a modem that runs 56.6 kilobits per second. Alright? So if you're gonna load this for web, 56.6 multiply that with your bandwidth, and it's gonna be enough though. 7 seconds to 30 seconds, sometimes it's gonna be enough. Going over borders 30, then you're gonna be having a little bit of a problem. But again, this is gonna be used for videos. You don't have to worry about that. Click on save. Save that to your desktop. It says HD Watermark PNG. Save that. Okay. And also Control S, save this as your PSD file so you can make changes or make additions a little bit later. Like you might want to make this as an orange file, like the one that we have on the website. Could always make changes if you have the PSD file. Alright, so let's check for the watermark we created if it's really a watermark now. It's a watermark losing the background, alright, so you can make use of this for images. How are you going to use that as a watermark for an image? Let's go to noodleworzch.com's website and let's look up for one of the images that we have there. One second, let me just find an image for you and we can test on. um, let's let's have this. This is why we named the site noodleworzch.com, because this is one of my favorites. Alright, so we're gonna have this. Lucky me, Pancit Canton. Only in the Philippines. So close that. What I'm gonna be showing you here is how, let me close this, okay? It's how you can overlay that and see if it's really working as an image file. As a watermark. Close, Control O, look up for the Lucky Me Pancit Canton, and Control Alt I. It's just 800 by 533. You might want to duplicate that so we won't lose that file. Okay, so name this 1, name this 2. Okay, so we're gonna make use of, close this again. Let's open up 1. Okay, and let's resize this. We're thinking that we're gonna be using this for HD, right? So let's resize that to 1920 by 1080. Let's imagine this is an HD piece. Okay, control 1920 by 1080. Yes, it is. Control O, look up for the HD watermark PNG. Control A. So you got 2 project open. One here and the second here. Control A, Control C. Open the first project. Control V. See that? It's if you look up for the handlers, press V on your keyboard, and that is itself the watermark. How you use that, you can resize that like that and put that in there. If you resize that and blow it up until 1920 by 1080, the reason why we created that as large as that, because we will never lose quality, right? We will never lose quality even though we bring it up to a maximum of 1920 by 1080. And let's open up a really correct sized file. That's for number 2, right? This is the 900 by 533. And if you control A again on this, control C, and control V here, see that? It's going to be a little bit larger, but if you uh, drag that a little bit down just to change the size, it's still going to be very, very crisp and clear for the quality. Alright, so you got a watermark there, and you can save that, export that as an image file. You can also cover, oh, let's cover the older, but it's going to be blurry in there. Just find out where. But here's the key. Let me just add a little bit. If there's a little bit of a dark background in there, let's say, you might wanna put that in a photo, watermark a photo with very dark images in there. So you just have to go to image, go for adjustments. No, sorry, image, and then layer. I'm sorry, layer style, and you could make use of outer glow. Right? See that? So that's about it. You can make changes, make it white, so it would glow in the dark. There you go. Alright, so that's about creating an HD watermark for your images, and also you can make use of this for a video. Again, for other video tutorials that we've created, noodleworzch.com is our website. Again, my name's Ty. Thanks for watching. Do check us out on YouTube.